Hey, Pastor Ted here. This is our first walk and talk. I'm your host from Duck Dynasty. Yeah, a little bit much. I don't know, I'm kind of enjoying it. You have to let me know in the comments what you think. Should I keep the beard? Maybe do some handlebar mustache kind of stuff. I've been playing with that a little bit. Mostly as a sense of irony. Anyway, today our topic is expectations. I want to talk to you about expectations. This is a really hard video for me to shoot. Not because I'm walking down the street trying not to get hit by cars as I cross 7th here. Oh, that's hard enough. Walking and talking at the same time is tough sometimes. Some people can even walk and chew bubble gum. But it's a hard video to shoot because it's intentionally not excellent. My expectations for media and video and technology are really high. And I'm my own worst critic. Well, a funny thing happened on Sunday, and that's what I really want to talk about. On Sunday, lots of things went right. Leadership team approved a little over 2 weeks ago. We got a new computer for streaming, which is currently sitting in my basement helping me with the streaming stuff for Sunday. That was pretty cool. It's a nice new iMac. It's capable of handling what our big camera is actually capable of doing for the first time since we got that camera. So that's exciting. We got a green screen. We got some professional video lights that we can set both the brightness and the color temperature on, how yellow or blue that light is. Can't do that out here. You know, we were really heading for excellence. And a lot of things went well on Sunday. A lot of things went well. Everything that we tried to do worked. Except, of course, that all of you know that you weren't able to watch live. And the other thing was that I know that Rebecca's audio was too low. But of course, I knew that during the service, and I was able to reread the scripture. That helped. So everybody got to hear the word read and the word proclaimed. And in that virtual community, even though we gathered at 11 because of how the recording had to go, we were all able to worship. We were all able to be together. For those who came upon it then, when we were doing our watch party on Facebook at 11 a.m. on Sunday. For the handful who were able to stay on the stream, that wasn't very many. We didn't know why at the time. And the people who were able to watch it afterwards, I got a nice phone call from somebody yesterday who said that they finally were able to sit down to watch the video and they were glad to. And I appreciated that encouragement. But I'm not going to lie to you, it was not without its problems. As I said before, a lot of people weren't able to watch. Now, after checking out the possibilities of what happened, I can tell you what happened. What happened was that we were trolled. We were attacked. A Facebook page, which has since vanished, meaning that Facebook took it down, went and downloaded a bunch of music that was freely available. They loaded it into the content rights management system that Facebook offers so that if people are using your copyrighted material in live streams, like they're showing a movie or playing music that they don't have a right to play, that they can have that taken down live and in real time. Of course, the problem is we had a right to use that music. And so I got a copyright strike notification just as we were going live. Here we are at Spirit of Grace now. I'm gonna flip the camera around. Church is still here. Still looks good. Oh, look at this beautiful art. I know it's noisy down here with the wind and the trucks and cars. We're blessed though. It's pretty great. I've been coming down here every couple of days to just make sure everything's okay. We had about a month or so ago, we had a little roof leak, and this doesn't look any worse than it was. But I hope Randy takes a look at that just to make sure I'm not finding new things. It's kind of been a perennial problem. Anyway, church is still here. Kind of sad how empty it is. For me, I think I probably had the highest expectations of anybody for what church should look like while we were online only. I can't tell you exactly why that is. Some of it's my own pride. You know, I want to do technology well. It's something that I've always been kind of specialized in, know a lot about. Another reason for expectation is because I wanted to be able to be live. There's a very big piece of me as a preacher that feels like a live connection to people feels more vital and real. And I am loath to give that up. Another reason for my expectations is that I just want to have a good experience for everybody, so that it has as little spiritual impact on people as possible. For the first time on this most recent Sunday, I had my kids helping me. It's because I realized that all the extra gear we had was getting to be too much for one person to operate and run a service. So I commissioned Peter as our video, broadcast engineer, and Annalise as my video director. If you've ever seen on TV what broadcast studios look like when they're directing something live, they'll say, camera 2 ready, and get that close shot, and then take 2, get ready on camera 1, take 1. They were doing that. My daughter Rebecca was out in the garden, and it's my fault that she couldn't be heard, but she sure did look cute. My whole family's been pouring their heart out, sacrificing to make this possible. And that's why I say expectations are funny things, because we never question the sacrifice. We felt it, but we never questioned it. But the expectations that other people bring are different, People want consistency and reliability. They want things to start exactly on time, even when technical difficulties get in the way. They just shouldn't get in the way. Folks, I'm not a professional videographer. I'm not a professional broadcaster. I'm not a professional on-air talent. I'm self-taught in all of that and a whole lot more. They didn't cover pandemics in seminary, and a full-time ministry of broadcasting and social media was not in my letter of call. My wife put it well a couple days ago online, of course. It's like everybody in the world, every pastor in the world has just been involuntarily called into a new field of ministry. It's not a simple thing. Here's an example of expectations. I expected that my battery would last for the recording. And I just spent 5 minutes walking around the block talking to myself without recording it. So we're on this device now. Expectations are funny things. Not least of which reason is that all of our expectations are different. I expected to have a professionally produced live worship service with multiple inputs, eventually being able to have people join us live to do all sorts of cool stuff. We can do it. We have the technology. I got 99% of the bugs worked out. But I don't think that's what people expect nowadays. Some of you expected that it would be starting on time, and if I had pre-recorded our service, they would have taken it down just the same, because they were using audio clips that we would have used anyway. And some people expect us to try to push the envelope, try to do things that others aren't doing. I do think that that's one of the reasons why some people were upset. Because they see other churches and they're doing pre-recording, and they say, well, why can't we have it be consistent like that? Well, we can. In fact, we're going to, because we're going to be pre-recording our services. Or they say, well, other churches are doing stuff live, why can't we do that? Because the quality of what they're doing is significantly less than what we would be doing in most cases. Or they are large enough to have a professional staff, people who do this for a living, as opposed to a pastor who is self-trained, self-taught, but not a certifiable expert in this stuff. So I think we're all called to lay our expectations on the altar. For my part, I'll be laying my expectations of wanting technical excellence. That's going on the altar. I'm not going to do that. My kids' participation, that's going on the altar. We're not doing that. The expectations that some people bring in about things being perfect and on time and without mistakes ever, that needs to go on the altar too. Because we're all doing the best we can. I do want to say one more word about expectation. Sometimes expectations expose idolatry. I had one person message us threatening to quit the church and call the bishop because we didn't have everything starting on time and it wasn't easy. If your expectation is that what we produce at Spirit of Grace is a product to be consumed as opposed to a ministry family of which you are a part, I promise we will be disappointing that expectation. I know I do. I'm not perfect and I can't produce perfect. God is perfect. Church is not. Not on this side of eternity. It's discouraging. Expectations, they challenge us. They're not easy. It's a way that we use to control others. Usually it's a sign that we're worshiping ourselves instead of worshiping God. Let me know your thoughts on expectations. That's all I've got. Have a good day.